What's happening, world? This your boy, Stilo Bundles. I'm out here in Baltimore, man, with my girl Ray and my boy Dodge, man. We live on the Chicken and Rice podcast.
That's my guy, Stilo Bundles.
Get at me. Yeah.
Hey, yo. Thanks for sharing part of your day with us. This is the Chicken and Rice podcast. I'm Dodge P, and I'm here with my best friend, my confidant, my right-hand woman, the most beautiful girl in the world inside and out, my wife. Say hello, baby.
Well, hello, beautiful people, and welcome. I'm Ray, and I'm so excited to share our journey and everything in between with you guys. The best part about it, I get to do it with my husband and my very best friend. I really couldn't ask for anything better than that. I love you, babe. You the shh. Now let's do this.
Yo, Chicken and Rice Podcast, episode 33. And believe it or not, I am someone's best friend.
Whose?
Keep playing. Keep playing. Before we... you have something to say?
No.
All right. Before we get started, I just want to say a couple of things about the podcast tone and what you won't see when you watch or listen to us. So you won't hear any fake arguments or, any tension. At least we won't be doing that for like views or likes. Like that shit doesn't matter to us. So we're not going to be putting on any bullshit to draw in attention. Also, no pranks, because I'm not really sure how I would.
We would fight. I don't do pranks.
You don't do pranks?
Nope.
I agree, because I don't know like when to quote unquote chill. So there'll be no pranks. Also, we're having just adult, healthy relationship conversation. And part of the reason why we started this was because people always ask like, yo, I want a relationship like yours. It's dope. How does it happen? Or, you know what I mean? So this podcast is kind of like a look inside the relationship, I guess. And you also said one thing before that I thought was really interesting. You said it's kind of like a living diary, so that later on we can go back and look at it almost like we did our own biography.
Right. And I'm not gonna lie. Like, I keep it 100 all the time.
Sure. I'm
not so keen on doing it. I don't like being on camera.
Right.
I don't like being on video at all. Like,
sure.
I won't say it's a fear of mine, but I just don't like it. Mm-hmm. Photography, camera type stuff, that was fine. But like, I feel like I sound awkward. I feel like I look awkward. I don't feel very confident in front of the video camera.
Sure.
So I'm doing this more so for you and for the people who, yes, our friends and family and stuff will always ask about our relationship and everything.
Sure.
We don't argue or anything like that.
Right.
And it's a little bit weird and kind of unheard of.
What?
But
that we don't argue?
That we don't argue at all.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
At all. But I'm pretty much kind of doing this podcast to make my best friend happy.
So she likes doing it, so don't front.
No, I like doing it when we weren't on camera.
Okay.
I like doing it when it was just on
audio only?
Only audio. I don't like to get ready.
Right.
I hate makeup. I hate getting like, I hate all that kind of stuff. I'm like the laziest girl. Like, you would think I was high maintenance. I'm so opposite of that. Well, and I just talking and kicking it, that's cool. But being in front of the camera for me is a little bit, I'm not crazy about it.
I like it. I think you look great. You look like $1 million. Let me borrow a couple.
I ain't got no money.
Okay. So I think it's just it's kind of a production, but it's kind of like when I was doing photography. It's a setup, and then it's a breakdown, and then it's a post-production process, at least for me. And it's, I enjoy doing it. I would probably do more podcasts. Well, I actually do another podcast. My other partner can't seem to get it right, but that's on him. So that's why you don't hear me really promoting that one or, talking a lot about it, because it is something where we might do it and then we might not do it. And then when we do it, he's not prepared. And so it's all over the place. So I enjoy this one because it does two things. It allows us to become closer. It allows our friends and, people who might not be in great relationships to see how a healthy relationship actually functions. And like, none of this is for play. Like, all of this shit is real. So I had somebody hit me up the other day and was like, I was looking for the new podcast. Is it out? And I was like, yeah, it's out. And then they were like, well, I only listen to it, audio only. And I said, oh, well, the last few the last 3. This is the 3rd one since we've been back, right?
Yes.
So the last 2, the audio was kind of jacked up. So that's why I didn't go to audio only. But this one, I think I have everything figured out now. So this one will be on audio. You know what I mean? One other thing too, before I let you say something. It's funny that we talk about relationships and not being not faking this. Because I had a friend of mine hit me up Sunday when we were out, and he was like, text me, where Dodge at? It was like in the group joint, like, where Dodge at? And I'm like, I'm here with my wife. And like, then the chat went silent. And so today I got an email talking about, oh, sis got you on lockdown. And I was like, fam, don't, I'm not, first of all, I'm not on lockdown. I'm never on lockdown. Secondly, I like spending time with this chick.
I think people think it's weird that like you really actually prefer to spend time with me than with the guys. But the thing about it is they know me. So they know I'm not all like tough to like hang around. You know what I mean? Like I'm chill. I don't understand why people would find it so difficult for you to actually enjoy hanging out with me, because guess what? They're my friends too, and they like hanging out with me. Why wouldn't my husband like hanging out with me?
I have no idea why they would say, oh, you on lockdown, this and the other. Like, and it was almost like, and I was, yesterday, which was Sunday. When he texted me, we were at the pool.
Right.
But I wasn't going to go to the pool because I was going to cut the lawn.
Right.
Right. And as you were walking out the door, I was like, go ahead. It's just going to be you and the girls. I'll just stay here and do what I have to do. I have yard work to do. So I was thinking to myself, I would do that. But then you said, I asked you why you wanted me to go if it was just going to be the girls. And you were like, because I like spending time with you. And I was like, say less. I just got right in the car with what I had on and we went swimming. Mm-hmm. So that's the type of shit, like that's the type of relationship that we have. It's like, yo, if you let me know that you like something, I'm going to do my best to do it. You know what I mean? If it makes you happy, it makes me happy, and vice versa, I would assume, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. So, and yesterday was great. We just had a little family day at my sister's pool, and it was just a few of us. We had a great time. Like, I love it. Like, I'm a very chill person. Last week I went out for my girlfriend's birthday. We ended up going to the club, and it's fine too. But like, to me, chill day over going out any day. Any day, anytime. Like, I prefer to just be at home, watch a series, watch a movie, go swimming in the pool. Like, just chill, though. Like, I don't need, all the extra stuff. It's cool once in a blue. Right. And once in a blue, I say, is like twice a year. And that's almost too much for me.
Well, I mean, it was a lot of y'all that went out. I saw the photos, and I was like, damn, it's about 10, 12
No,
of y'all.
It was about 13 people at dinner, but it was only about half of us that went afterwards, because it was like kind of like a last minute thing. Okay. My girls are crazy. They had a flight to Miami early in the morning, and they're just like, oh, let's go out. We just finished dinner at like 11:30, and I'm like, okay, if y'all don't care if you sleep or not, I guess,
They was going to celebrate from dusk till dawn.
Basically, and hop on a plane. They didn't even pack yet.
That's nuts. That's like you. You don't pack till the night before.
I hate packing.
You would know.
I hate packing.
You would know 2 months in advance we going to somewhere. I'll be packed up the day after I book the flights, and then you don't pack till the night before. Because
I feel like I work better under pressure. As like I don't have a choice right now to lollygag and play around, and then I can't pack certain things like my makeup and stuff because I wear it every day. Right. That I'm working. So, I get it. But I hate packing, and I think I hate unpacking even more. But.
Yo, speaking of unpacking, I never unpack, which is weird. Like which is nuts. I'm probably divulging too much information. So I will pack I pack a lot less than I used to. Remember we used to have like two big.
We used to have suitcases? It looked like we were moving. I don't even know why, but we used to have like two giant cases each, and then we would have the carry-on size, and then we would have backpacks and bags, and I'm like.
Nuts.
We went away for 7 days. Like, it looks like we were going away for at least a month.
We literally each had 3 bags.
Yeah.
We were like at the airline bag limit.
I'm like, every time we went out. I changed 3 times a day. I need something to go out, and then, at night and dinner. And I was like, listen, the simpler you keep it, the better. Because then I also would have all these options, and I wouldn't touch half the stuff that I packed. Right. And it was just a pain to get through the airport with all these things. So.
Right. So now what I do is I pack, of course, 100 drawers, 100 socks, 100 beaters, 100 t-shirts. Now what I'm really figuring out is like I could literally wear like the same 2 pair of shorts.
That's all you really need,
like every day, as long as my drawers are clean. Not like a little kid, so I don't get dirty. But anyway, so what'll happen is I'll get home, take all my dirty clothes out the suitcase, and just leave the clean clothes in the suitcase, and then put the suitcase away. And so with a whole bunch of shit in there, drawers, socks. So every time I need something, I end up buying more when I forgot I had a suitcase full of brand new stuff before. So that happened not too long ago. I was looking for some white linen pants. I couldn't find them. They were in a suitcase from the last vacation. So that's nuts. Yo, the Olympics are going on. And I don't know if you heard this. 2 things that I find interesting.
Okay.
So I don't know what, so what does transgender mean? Does that mean that you were, let's just say, a man, you had the operation, now you're a woman, or what?
Yes, but there's also stages of it. So I don't know when they fully consider you trans.
Right.
Some people are like halfway through their surgeries and operations. And I don't know exactly when you fully, if someone fully transition, is that when you call them trans, or if they are still have all their parts, but just identify as, the other sex. I'm not exactly sure.
Right. Neither am I. Sure. So this is why I find these next 2 instances a little interesting.
Okay.
So the Olympics is going on. There was a transgender woman who won in the women's category in an Olympic event.
Okay, so she was born male.
Right.
And now she's female.
A woman.
Okay.
I think it's unfair. That's the one.
Okay.
The second one, Nevada. A transgender woman won the Miss Nevada contest.
Okay.
I don't know how I feel about that either. Not that I'm not one way or the other, but I'm just like, at some point, like, when is it fair? When is it not fair? Because I think men are just stronger than women, regardless of what's going on.
But when you take all that estrogen, does that affect
your strength?
Your strength and everything. Does that, because it feminizes you on the outside and it actually changes your body from the inside out.
Right.
So once you do that, like, does that, I don't know enough about the science of the transition for me to say this or that. As for the other one, now that once a man fully transitions and, is now a woman.
Right.
I think that's fair game.
For the beauty contest.
For the beauty contest, okay. Yes.
Okay.
Because that is based on, looks and their answers and how they look in their outfits and blah, blah, blah.
Sure.
So that to me is fair game. There's no strength involved. There's no nothing. And because someone was born one gender and now they identify with the other, if that's what they are now, fully transitioned, this, that, I don't see what the problem is. The only thing that confuses me, and this is not a bad thing because I don't care either way. I don't care if you're bi, gay, lesbian. I don't really care. But it's just like confusing if I think about it. Like, so if you were born male and you transition to female, but you still like female, so now are you lesbian or straight? Because
if you,
it's kind of like how Bruce Jenner still loves, or Caitlyn Jenner still loves women, and I think her partner is a woman. So now is she considered lesbian? Not that I care. Right. But it's just, I don't know.
I'm not sure how I feel about that.
It's getting a little bit confusing, but
because I feel like part of your, I don't get it. Then why not just cross dress? You understand what I'm saying? Like it gets so, the waters get so muddy for me.
Okay. So
you're saying I don't mean to cut you off. So you're saying that Caitlyn only likes women.
So I guess now she would be considered gay.
So she likes women and men, or only women?
No, I think only women. Yeah, I think her partner was a woman, and as a male, as Bruce Jenner, obviously married with children with different women. Sure. So it just gets confusing to me. It doesn't bother me any type of way because it doesn't affect me.
Right.
So I don't really care, and I don't really understand why people get their panties in such a bunch. You know, I have friends that say they have a big problem with it, especially with the bathroom situation. Well, make a gender neutral bathroom. So to me, I don't see that being that big of a deal, but they're like, you know, I don't want my daughter or my kids to go to a woman's bathroom and there's a man there in a dress. There's so many different levels and so many, it does get kind of like blurry.
Right.
And a little bit confusing here or there because some people might just be starting to transition.
Right.
This is like going in and out. I don't know if you can tell, but okay, now I can hear myself like really loud. But it's, I don't know. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me. Maybe it's because I don't have children, but to me, I feel like even if I had a child, it wouldn't bother me. If it was a full on just man, like dressed in a, you know, just has on a skirt and a cross dresser, to me, I would have an issue with just a cross dresser.
You would. You said you would have
a cross dresser. Okay. If a man is literally just like, hey, and he's a straight up man, like all the parts are still there, everything is just a man. It's just like, I feel like dressing like a woman today. Well, you're still a man. You're dressed as a woman.
Like the dude.
You're not you're not trying to transition and become just a cross dresser. That's a cross dresser is something totally different. That's not a person who is a transgender person. That's a person who likes to wear clothes from the opposite sex. Like that's what that is. So, and then Marv Albert like get caught with women's underwear and certain things. So this is, to me, that's more of a fetish.
He got caught in lingerie
or something like that they like, which again, not my problem.
Sure.
But you can't go to the woman's bathroom because you have on a woman's dress and you're a whole dude and you don't want to become a woman. You just like to wear women's clothes. That's a different story.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
I understand.
If you were born and you feel like, I was born the wrong gender. And again, people always say, why are people doing this? Like, again, do you think these people want to be ridiculed for the rest of their lives? Do you think they want to go through painful operations and all these things that like the average person doesn't have to do? They just wake up and they are, they're the gender that they're the gender and they're happy with that or they're cool with it. They don't even think about it.
Right.
So to me, I'm like, do you be happy? Whatever you want to do.
It's definitely tough. Like I would never want to be put in that situation where I can't even say that, where I look one way but feel a different way. You know what I mean? As far as that's concerned, like I always know that I'm a dude. I always feel like a dude. Like there are no, I never feel like I should be a woman. So I don't know what that feels like. And I can't project my opinions about that on anyone who may be going through that. My question was just from, the Miss Nevada thing, MISS, so she's not married. The Miss Nevada thing was interesting. Like, how could the dude outdo, like, women? But I get it. Some men have beautiful structure.
I've seen a lot of trans, men to women look better than a lot of the average woman. It's kind of crazy. We went to Maury.
Right.
We went to Maury.
Yeah, and
I got them all wrong. I said it was man or woman, and I got them all wrong. And they played the crap out of me because they put me saying all this stuff, and then they showed me being wrong every time.
Right.
And I was like, that's a man. Blah, blah, blah. And then it was like, woman. And I'm like, okay, I can't tell. Right. I can't tell. These women are beautiful, like gorgeous. And listen, whatever.
It is what it is. So with that said,
yes.
Did you know, because I didn't know till today, that there was a women's tackle football league?
No, I don't really know too much about, like, is this all just only Olympic or is this
No, this is like for real. Like,
I heard of like a woman's football thing, but
not
I don't
the
know
lingerie
about
bowl.
I don't know about, not that. I didn't know about a tackle.
Yeah, it just happened. I was watching one of the sports channels today and it came across because the national champion is, you won't guess who, you probably will guess who. The national champion is the team from Boston. Of course, that's where the Red Sox. Of course, the Red Sox and the Patriots, that's where they're from. So I was like, oh shit, another winning Boston team. But the reason why it was on the news station was because Robert Kraft, who owns the Patriots, right, said that he would lend them they couldn't get to the game, the championship game. They didn't have a plane. So Robert Kraft lended them the plane go there and said if you win, the plane will wait for you and bring you back. I'm like, damn, if they lose, they got to get back on their own. Like, what kind of shit is that?
I don't know.
Yeah, so I didn't know that there was a women's tackle football league either. I'm not really into women's sports.
Well, that's just a preference.
Basketball, football, stuff like that.
And that's just a preference. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, if you just prefer to watch, you know, dudes playing basketball because you feel like maybe it's a little more rugged, a little more contact.
Right.
And that's fine. You know, I don't see... To me, it is just what I'm used to because we don't really see the WNBA and stuff like that. Right. You know what I mean? So it's always guys playing football, guys playing basketball. And I know now they're trying to do this whole equality thing and just make things like even out the playing field a little bit, but it's also demand. It's also if people want to see more WNBA, they'll be out there more.
Right.
You know what I mean? It'll be more on more channels. It'll be on stuff like that. So it's definitely also a demand, supply and demand type thing.
Right. No, I agree. I would just figured like, yo, it's like we're going to get to a point. I think we're going to get to a point where it's like the man-woman label is just going to be like almost useless, I feel like.
But they're kind of getting to that point now. Like, honestly, when I think about it, the only woman basketball player that I've ever known or am familiar with, and I don't even know if I want to say it because I don't even know now if it's basketball or if I just... Lisa Leslie? Basketball. Okay, yeah. That's it.
Yeah, you got it right.
That is literally the only
but that's
woman
like that's from like the 90s.
That's from the 90s, right? Exactly. Yeah, Lisa Leslie.
She was like the biggest name in women's basketball at the time. So I think it might be like Candace Parker.
I've never heard of anyone but Lisa Leslie.
Right. So yeah.
Yeah. So
it is what it is. I just thought it was interesting that like they would let a transgender woman compete in the female part of the. It would almost be like, and I know this is not a great comparison, but it would almost be like letting somebody who stutters, who has a speech issue, compete in the Special Olympics. That's how I feel.
So it's not.
I don't think it's fair.
Oh, right. I mean, I don't know. I don't have too much of an opinion on that. Again, I would need to know a little bit more science and stuff like that behind hormones and the effects of it and everything like that. So I don't really have a crazy opinion either this way or that way about that particular subject.
So speaking of men's and women's sports, this is kind of along that realm, but not really. So when do you have an opinion about when dressing sexy becomes dressing raunchy? Do you think two different women can wear the same outfit and it be classified
two different ways? Yes. Okay. And that's body type, demeanor, all that.
So it's an attitude.
It's attitude, it's aura. It's again, it's everything. You can have, first of all, and this is to me one of the best examples that you can see that I can say and you can see. Okay. You'll see a model walking down a runway, 6 feet tall, skinny as a tree, and then you'll see someone with all types of curves wear the same outfit. Right. And it translate like couldn't be more polar opposite in that exact same outfit.
Right.
You know what I mean? People with like, let's say a smaller chest or whatever, or it just looks different. It looks different. Your body kind of, clothes is just clothes. It just hangs there. When your body feels it, that's when it kind of brings it to life. So yes, you can absolutely have the same people, different people wearing the exact same outfit and look like one could look sexy, one can look frumpy, one can look raunchy. It all depends. It all depends on that particular person and what they bring out of that outfit.
Okay. That was just saying. I'm just saying. So let me see what else I have. What do I have on my list?
So like I used to look at the Star magazines and and they always have like the two stars and the same outfit and they're like, who wore it better?
Right.
It just looks totally different on each person.
That's true.
Yeah.
I agree.
Same outfit. And it's just like, they accessorize it different. It's just different. It's just totally different.
I just want to say this to everybody watching, because I hate for my time to be wasted. And I feel like when there's an answer to a problem that's out there, kind of wasted my time with conversation about a problem that the answer is widely known. So
what happened?
So I had a friend of mine hit me up the other day and gave me a long list of all the Delta variant symptoms. The text was, I have an iPhone 12, so it's not the big one, but his text filled my whole screen telling me all of this stuff. And I read it because I respect him. When I got through everything that he wrote, I saw that nowhere in there, and this is your choice, do what you want. Nowhere in there was one of the precautions, go get vaccinated. And I wrote him back. I said, this is good, but nowhere in here does it say go get vaccinated. So I don't want to hear. And I said, I don't want to see all of this. I'm vaccinated. I'm protected as far as I know and as far as the CDC and everybody else goes. I said, this Delta variant is affecting the unvaccinated, and I'm not one of those people. I appreciate it, but don't waste my time with this conversation. I'm almost tired of having that conversation about, what you want to do versus what you should do versus why everybody can't be the same. And rather than get into it with him, I just said, I'm vaccinated. My family's cool. Keep that with you. I don't want to waste time talking about it because this is a virus that's affecting the unvaccinated. I don't want to say non-vaccinated, the unvaccinated. Those are the people in the hospitals. Those are the people getting really sick and maybe still going to ICU. And if you're not vaccinated, you don't want to get vaccinated, then you should wear a mask everywhere.
Okay, so this is how I feel about this particular situation. In the beginning, I did not want to get vaccinated. I'm not, huge on vaccines. Yes, I've gotten the usual ones when I was a kid. I don't know if I've ever even gotten a flu shot. After I got sick with COVID and I had a very bad experience, eventually I was like, okay, I'm going to do this. They also explained how it's really not so fast that they came up with this. They've been working on the base of this vaccine for 10 years. And then, they tweak what they need to tweak to make it work for whatever virus is they're now particularly the strain that they're studying and working on. So I said, okay, I definitely would rather be sick for a day or two instead of another few weeks like I was. I literally had a cough that lingered for 3 months.
Right.
After the initial 2 weeks of hell. So I got vaccinated. I hear now that they might be bringing back masks and this and that. My whole take or my whole opinion on the whole situation, people do have a right to not get the vaccine if they don't want it.
Right.
But if you catch it and you get sick, then that's on you too. I don't feel like everything should be shut down again. I don't feel like all the stuff we went through the past year and a half needs to happen again. If people don't want to get vaccinated, they don't have to get vaccinated. They don't. But then if you get sick, that's on you. That's my take on it.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like I'm so over it.
Yeah,
I'm so ridiculously just tired of the whole, virus situation that I'm just like, listen, getting back to normal, and just let it be. Like whoever, is going to catch it and get sick and possibly die, that's on them. I don't really know what else to say at this point. Their body, their choice.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Fine.
Which one?
You know what I mean? That's fine. There's not a problem. So there was actually something that I saw on IG. I followed this one particular page, just like a Cambodian, like little page with jokes and this and that, whatever, that I can really relate to. Because
are they in English or are they in your native tongue?
Do I know how to read that shit?
I don't know. You speak it. I'm just wondering.
So in English,
to surprise
someone wrote, someone wrote that she was basically a nurse and that she does not want to get vaccinated, and they're giving her a week or something like that to get vaccinated. The only thing that can make them not force her is if it's against her religion or something else. So she's not very religious. Now Cambodians are Buddhist. And she was like, is there anybody that can give me advice or make up something so that I can get out of this?
Oh, tell a lie.
Tell a lie, saying that my religion does not allow these particular vaccines and stuff. So people, I was reading the comments and people are like, basically like, bitch, you're a nurse, get fucking vaccinated. You're going to kill people.
Right.
You know what I mean? She was like, oh, I went to school and I spent all this money. This is my career. Well,
is she in America or is she in Cambodia?
She's in America.
Okay.
So what is it that you may possibly lose your career over this vaccine that you don't want so bad that you're thinking about possibly losing your career, your whole life, that this is your livelihood, this is what you went to school for, and your job is to help people and to help save people.
Right.
Do I think they need to force like vaccines on everybody? Absolutely not. Do I think if you possibly work in a position where you could possibly get a lot of people ill and sick and you're supposed to be helping them, then I think you kind of should.
Yeah, I think part of their oath, nurses, doctors, PAs, is do no harm. So how do you do that if you don't get as well protected as you could be? Secondly, it's interesting that she's going through that. What state was she in?
I don't know. Maybe California. I think it said California.
So basically what's beginning to happen is that government agencies, state agencies are making it mandatory. And if you don't get vaccinated, you could possibly lose your job. And so people are going to be crying, oh, it's a dictatorship, blah, 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 this and that other. It's really not. You have a choice. Your choice is abide by your employer's rules or not. The choice is very simple. And I'm not saying that I agree with that ultimatum, but at some point, the greater good has to be taken into account in a situation like this.
What's more important to you at the end of the day? To me, I kind of look at it like that. You know, what's more important? People are always going to cry about something.
Yep.
You know, you don't have to do that anymore. You could do something else. I don't know. But again, you spent your whole life going to school and spending money on college and this and that for that. I don't know. Like, what is your reason that you're so against the vaccine?
Sure.
That you refuse to take it.
Right.
And you can possibly lose your livelihood.
I feel like you learned about all this stuff in school as well. You've learned about the measles and the chicken pox and all these other diseases that hit other countries and don't really hit us because of vaccines and the precautions that we take. So we're fortunate enough to have these. Some countries don't even have vaccines and they want it. And we are like, we do.
And we're like, we don't want it.
We don't want it. We'll waste it. We'll let it expire. That's what I think. That's a remnant of having an overabundance of everything. Everything. We're so ridiculously lucky here, and it's just pretty much taken for granted a lot. Right. So, yeah. Now I have another thing for you. So a very good friend of mine thinks that there's so many autistic kids nowadays because of vaccines. And I said, well, we only eat chemicals every day. We eat food-like substances. So I really think that is the reason. I've been vaccinated. All of us pretty much at a certain age, you had to get the chicken pox. You had to get all of that stuff. Measles. You had to get all that to get into school. Right. And she's like, well, we're fine, but the children today, like our children. I was like, I can't see that being vaccines. I could see it us eating chemicals. Right. How old is the friend that said this to you? She's my age. 30, between 30 and 40? About close to 40. And was she talking about like 30 and 40-year-old kids or
No, like all the kids today, they're all autistic.
Yeah,
There's like 50% autism anymore.
50%.
It's not 50%. I'm being dramatic, but it's a lot more cases every single year of, autism.
So here's what I think also is happening. We're more aware of everything.
Right.
We have more access to everything, whereas before we didn't have the access.
Because there's a lot of people who are autistic, but they're not diagnosed autistic, and they don't even know that they're autistic or on the spectrum at all.
Right.
But
I don't know what it takes to get. I feel like, and I mean to cut you off again, I feel like they could put you on any spectrum they want to. I feel like if, for instance, what the fuck is resting leg syndrome? Yeah. So I feel like if they want to put you on something, they'll put you on it. It don't matter. It don't matter what it is.
You know what my favorite thing is?
What?
This is kind of stepping left a little bit, but the commercials where it tells you all the
side effects.
All the side effects. And they're jogging. They're like possible heart attack. Stroke and death, and they're so happy about it. You know what I mean? Like it's such a normal thing. They just kind of slide in there, like you might die. Yeah, but
you might have a runny nose. Take our medicine, you might die. Yeah. Now I'll stay with the runny nose, thanks.
Yeah,
but that's what it is. Like they can make it's still fun,
and it's America, so it's America. So the profit is not in a cure. It's in the treatment,
right? But it's a big machine. It's a machine. How hard is it to go to I know we have crazy drug abuse as well, but when we were in Italy, you were sick. Yes. I didn't have to go to a doctor to get prescription medicine for you.
You didn't? I don't remember.
I went to a pharmacy and I told the person there, like, listen, this is all of your symptoms. And she was like, okay. Or I don't remember if it was a woman or man, or, they were like, here, and gave me the shit. And I just came back to the room and gave it to you.
I still was dying for another week. But I don't remember it too much.
But that's what happened. So there's a machine. The machine is, we're going to run an ad for resting leg syndrome. You're going to think you have resting leg syndrome because when you was watching TV, your toes started wiggling. Oh, I got to go to the doctor. Doctor already been visited by a farmer salesperson who says when they come in and ask you about resting leg syndrome, you prescribe them this. And then the cycle keeps going. Right. Like, get the fuck out of here.
But then that'll hit another side effect, and then you need something to help that side effect, but give you other side effects.
Right.
The craziest thing is pretty much any illness that you have can be treated with all natural remedies and correct diet.
That's true.
Pretty much that's literally it. But
I need a diet.
Yeah, I actually need a diet too. I want to lose a few pounds. I need to lose like 7-8 pounds.
I need to lose like 70 or 80 pounds. So 7 or 8, I'll gladly trade spots with you.
When you get older, boy, them pounds just inch on you, and one here and two there.
Is that what's happening?
This is what happens when you get older. Yes.
So that's what happened to you getting older?
Yes. That's what I just said. Yes.
I got it on tape, y'all. So
that's what I just said.
This shit will not be erased. She finally admitted that.
I'm getting older. Yes. I cannot be young forever.
Yeah.
Not that I really care. Listen, again, getting older, being able to live to an older, age is a privilege. Look at Philadelphia is #1 now in murders in the country. We beat Chirac.
Yeah.
I'm
not in the streets no more, so I don't know nothing about nothing.
I know we're halfway through the year? We have over 400 now?
Yeah, that's nuts.
I don't understand what's wrong with these people. There's just no regard or respect for life.
Right.
For taking it's nothing. It's nothing to them. I mean, people, I don't even watch the news because it's very depressing. But I think like a mother and a kid just got shot randomly.
Yeah, crazy.
It's, come on guys.
It's crazy and scary.
What's that serious? What is that serious that you just have to start killing people?
Most of the time it's disrespect. If somebody feels disrespected and they have to
over it. So you'll live to see another day. Like, so what?
So we both agree.
Just go smack them and just fight, like fist fight, and then walk away. Everybody got to shoot everybody. which means that we gotta get get some more guns.
People don't want to. People don't want to be on the gram taking an L from a fist fight. And it's the dumbest shit ever. So they'd rather
go to jail for the rest of their life. Or
some of these young boys, they don't know no better.
You know what? And that's the problem. That's the problem today with technology. Nothing is sacred. Nothing is private. Everything is put out there forever once it's on the internet for the world to see. True. And that's the problem. Oh, you're going to let him disrespect you like that? Mm-hmm. And then, of course, like, okay, if I fight him, he beat my ass, then that's going to be on, like you said, the gram or the internet forever too. I'm going to be trending. It might go viral that I got my ass beat.
Yeah.
It's like... But then there was like a guy who my friend was telling me he was sitting in a car and I guess he was on live or something.
Right.
And where he either said his location or he showed his location or something. And while he was doing his live or FaceTime or whatever, his friend, he got killed on camera. His friend saw him get shot and die right there in the car. And, people were like disgusted at the people who was looking to find his video of this, to watch this person really get murked in front of everybody. And I'm just like, what kind of world do we live in today anymore? You know what I mean? Like it's so, they're so desensitized to like just anything anymore.
If I get beat up on camera, I'm gonna find a way to turn that into $1 million. I'm just saying.
You can. It's so.
No, I'm going to find a way. Like, I don't give a shit about the L. I'm gonna get the money. I'm gonna figure out how to make $1 million from that ass whooping, and then I'll be good.
Look, people who can't sing making money. What's his name? JJ Icefish.
JJ Icefish. Fish Ice.
Fish. What?
Yo.
People find a way to turn it to benefit them. So, you know what I mean. And then another thing is, if you own up to, like, I got my ass beat. What else is somebody supposed to say?
I mean, you can't win every
got my
fight.
Ass beat, you know what I mean.
You cannot win every fight. That's just. Ask anybody who's a fighter.
It is what I hate watching fighting videos too.
Nobody wins every fight.
Fighting videos.
I promise you.
Listen, only dog videos. That's it.
Dog videos what?
Cute dog videos. Like? That's what I like.
God.
Right, Travis?
So, anything else?
You got all the notes.
I had all the notes. I ran through them. We ran through them pretty quickly. I mean.
See, so we, as you can see, we moved our
Jawn. Matter of fact, hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. Since I said Jawn.
Okay.
I know, listen, I promise that we know Questlove is from Philly.
Okay.
That Jawn commercial he has is terrible.
Why is it so bad to you? Because it didn't bother me.
It was bad to me because I don't feel like he was saying the word correctly. And
you don't think so?
I don't think so.
It didn't bother me, and I've been in Philly my whole life.
It bothered me, and I've been here 21 years.
Really?
Yeah, it really...
It didn't really bother me at all.
When I heard him say it over and over again, it felt like the chick from the Rocky movie.
From Creed, the first one.
Right, when she tried to say
She tried to slip it in there, but it didn't work.
And it threw me off because,
he's explaining it. He's going to keep saying it because he's explaining it.
I know, but don't you say it with a little bit more Philly? Like I don't even feel like it was. I felt like it was the first time he ever saw the word. That's what it sounded like to me. If anybody agrees with me, chime in.
He speaks more proper. See, I've met Quest a few times. Sweetheart, like hung out with him and stuff.
No, nothing about him.
Super nice guy. A little bit more proper speaking than the typical Philadelphian. I think that he speaks a lot more proper. Now, to me, growing up, I grew up in a black and Cambodian people.
Sure.
So I didn't hear white people. Like, I started like being around white people when I went to Northeast High School. Mm-hmm. So I would hear white people say Jawn here or there, but it was really, to me, a hood. Like, it was, even though it was a Philadelphia thing, to me it was like a hood Philadelphia thing. It's like, yo, come on, man, grab that Jawn for me. Like, get that Jawn. Like, yo, that Jawn is hot. Like, you know what I mean? It was more like that. It wasn't. I don't even know exactly how to say it super proper or use it in speaking proper.
Like Questlove said it, Jawn. Yeah. I'm just saying. I felt some type of way because I feel like I'm a Philadelphian now, even though I'm not. I wasn't born here. I feel like I've been here the longest, out of my life. I've been in this city the longest.
The longest.
And so I feel like when I hear regional slang, pick up on it if it's said correctly or said incorrectly.
To me, it just sounds more proper the way that he says it.
Maybe you're right.
Because he's speaking more proper. He's not saying all the endings to his words and everything like that. So, but he's just speaking proper.
Okay. No, I'm just saying it didn't sound like I would expect. I don't think Questlove saying it is not how Will Smith would say it. That's just how I feel.
How would Will Smith say Jawn?
He would say it like we say it. With more West Philly on it.
Listen, I don't know. It didn't bother me. Okay. To me, it just sounded like he spoke proper and he was trying to explain what it was, and that's it. It just wasn't like slangy, like the way he was saying it wasn't like he wasn't talking Ebonics and was using it in that context. It was just more proper.
I feel like that's a regional commercial anyway. I don't think that's seen across the United States.
Well, to me, it should be because we know what the hell Jawn is. Other people don't. But so why would it be just for us?
I just think that it is. Okay. I think that it is. This. I think that it's only probably Philly, South Jersey, Delaware,
tri-state area type thing.
Yeah, that's what I think.
I don't know. Yeah,
I didn't mean to cut you off. You were saying.
I don't remember what I was saying because you cut me off.
Yeah, my bad. What? It's a part of this is how we talk.
Yeah, but I don't remember now what I was saying. It's going to bother me now, and I'm not going to remember it until I go to sleep and be like, that's what I was talking about. And then I'm going to forget again in the morning.
So you were talking about Philly, I guess, because I brought up Jawn and water ice.
No, you didn't. And the Jawn thing, you just cut me off out of nowhere.
Right. Yeah, I had to get that out.
I was talking about something totally different. I don't even remember what I was talking about.
You know why? Because I think about so much. Because I'm older than you are, of course. But like, I have to feel like I got to get my shit out. Because if I don't get it out, like right there when I'm thinking about it, I will forget.
Well, my short-term memory is terrible. Listen. I remember something, what we wore, what we did on a certain day.
Right.
You'd be like, what were you just talking about? Like, I don't know. Oh, how was work yesterday? I don't know. Yeah, they all just blend in together anymore. I've been there for so long.
Yeah, it's crazy. Well, what it is I remember stuff that's important to me. I can retain that. But like stuff that I don't think is important, it's like in one ear and out the other. And that's like literally. And that's kind of through life.
Damn, what the hell was I talking about? You're going to drive me crazy.
Listen, it had to do with Philly because I was saying... I said, let me get this Philly point out while you gonna say it. I guess I don't know.
I don't remember. Messed me up.
So, listen, if you wanna, let me just say this to all my friends, and I'm gonna send it to all of them. If you wanna hang out with us, it's got to be a Sunday, and it probably won't be till like November. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Okay. So really, for real,
right?
Sunday is the only day that we both have off together.
Right.
And it's messing up my pho nights because we have not been having a chance to go eat our pho at night because we all have plans every freaking Sunday for the next 2 months.
We love y'all, though. We love y'all Sunday plans for thinking of us.
Yes, but
if you want to hang out with us, it's probably going to be September, October.
Literally September.
By now.
Yeah.
So not that we're that important.
No,
we just have the one day.
The one day.
And people think that I be capping when I say that. And don't ask me because I don't know. And you have to get in touch with her. She keeps the books. You know what? Like our relationship is really like talk to my wife. Like I didn't understand that when I was younger. Like, yo, talk to my wife about that because I don't, you know what I mean?
Right. Once in a blue, you'd be like, we're doing this at this day.
Yeah, no,
but that's like twice a year. And the rest of the time, I'm like, we're doing this, that. And then he's just... Okay, just remind me when we get closer to that date. Because this is a lot. I can literally have to write everything down on a calendar because I'm like, okay, this is what this person, this is what that person is. Okay, we're going here. Okay, we have a party here. We have dinner here. We have, and I'm like, okay, so the next 8 weeks we're busy or something like that.
And sometimes I'll be like, yo, let me check in with the wife.
You be like, do we have anything going on?
Do we have anything going on? Because I don't know shit. Like, all I know is, we going here and on this day.
But the thing is, all of our friends are each other's friends. Like, all my friends are his friends. Most of his friends are my friends.
Right.
But mostly because he's more of like a loner for the most part.
Of course. Yeah, I don't like people.
All my friends pretty much end up meeting him, loving him, and then they become friends. So we all hang out together anyway.
Yeah. So here's what happens. Like, I could care, like literally I could do me for an infinite amount of time. So people think that I don't really fuck with them like that. And that's not true. I fuck with everybody. I'm cool with everybody. So much so that once people get to know me, they want to hang out all the time. I ain't about that life no more. Son, like, I'd rather be home watching TV, doing nothing than to be out drinking or just out. Even though it looks like I be out all the time. Well, let me not lie. What it is that when people meet me, they really start to like me. So they want to hang out more often. And when I decline invitations to hang out, it's not personal. It's like I would rather be at the house doing nothing than hanging out. That's all. Because I know I have a couple friends that want to hang out every week. I can't.
It's too much.
It's too much. I can't.
It's a lot.
I'm not built like that no more. I want to go to work, come home, watch a series or something, hang out with the wife.
The doggy.
Pet the dog once a week and just chill. I just want to chill most of the time.
Most of the time. But man, since this COVID stuff lifted, I'm like, we got something to do every week. And I'm almost like, I don't want to.
You know, it's crazy that now that I say that, like, I like to chill. I don't know how I did photography for so long. Because when I was shooting, like, I was in the studio all the time.
Right.
Which is, now that I think about it, it's nuts how much time I was down there. I was just talking, I was talking to Florida. And I was like, yo, remember when your studio was on top of mine and we used to be down there all the time?
All the time, right.
Like, all the time eating Chick-fil-A, getting fat. Like, every day. every day we would go to the studio and then be like, yo, you hungry? Let's go Chick-fil-A. And then come back. And that was like every day. And then when we used to shoot on Sundays, sometimes that would be like all day long. Then we would go to the buffet. I don't know how I did that for so long.
Yeah.
I feel like I wasted a lot of time. Not wasted a lot of time, but
you met me, so you really didn't waste any time.
Fact. It was the best decision I ever made to pick up a camera. Because now look, so.
But it was almost the worst decision that he made to not take my picture.
It was almost the worst decision that you made to not call me again.
Because you were being a jerk.
Like I said a few minutes ago, before people meet me, they don't like me. Then when we link up, they love me. Voila.
And they fall in love with me.
Voila. I'd never, listen, when I first saw you, I was like, oh, okay. Okay. Oh, so you opened up a whole nother can of worms. But
yeah, we already talked about that the first episode.
No, I'm not saying that. But anyway,
right.
Like I said, here's a prime example of people who hated me. Then when they met me, they loved me, liked me, and then loved me. It wasn't love at first sight. It wasn't that. So I don't think it was. It wasn't for me. It was weird. But I give that vibe off purposely because I don't want to be close to a lot of people. Sorry. Right or wrong?
You say so.
I was supposed to battle this weekend, but Berg.
Hi, buddy. Oh, you must be so tired from doing nothing all day. Oh my goodness. Yeah?